Japan has the lowest crime rate of any major nation on Earth. It also has one of the highest suicide rates in the developed world. The streets are spotless. The trains run to the second. And quietly, behind all of that order, people are breaking. How can a country be so perfect on the outside and so fractured on the inside? The answer isn't about Japan being strange. It's about what happens to human beings when the pressure to belong never turns off. Every society runs on a set of invisible rules. Rules about how to behave, what to feel, how to present yourself to others. In most Western countries, those rules are built around guilt. You feel bad when you violate your own internal standard. But Japan's rules are built around something different, something deeper: shame. Shame isn't about what you believe. Shame is about what others see. And in Japan, the eyes of the group are everywhere. Psychologist Takeo Doi spent decades studying Japanese social behavior and identified something he called amae, a concept with no direct English translation. Amae is the deep human need to be accepted, indulged, and held within a group without conditions. Every Japanese child grows up learning that belonging is the most important thing in the world, and that belonging has a price: conformity. In Japan, there is a word, deru kugi wa utareru. The nail that sticks out gets hammered down. This is not a joke, it is a social law. Stand out too much, fail too publicly, embarrass your family, your school, your company, and the group does not comfort you. The group withdraws. And withdrawal in a shame culture is not just embarrassment. It is psychological annihilation. This is why Japan's perfection is real. People genuinely try harder. Workers arrive early, stay late, and never complain. Students study until midnight. Craftsmen spend decades perfecting a single skill. The results are extraordinary. Japan has given the world bullet trains, robotics, surgical precision, and the concept of kaizen, the relentless pursuit of improvement. These are not accidents. They are the output of a society where the cost of imperfection is social death. But the same system that produces excellence also produces silence. In Japan, there is another word, karoshi, death by overwork. It is a recognized medical and legal cause of death. Thousands of people work themselves literally to death every year, not because they want to, but because leaving before your colleagues is a form of social failure. Because asking for help signals weakness. Because the group comes first and the self comes last, and the self eventually stops existing at all. Researcher Yuichi Shoda studied self-control across cultures and found that Japanese children score exceptionally high on delayed gratification tests. They are extraordinarily good at suppressing what they want for what is expected. This sounds like a strength, and it is, until it isn't. Because a life spent suppressing what you feel, what you need, and who you are accumulates. It doesn't disappear. It compresses. Japan's suicide rate is highest among men in their 40s and 50s, the generation that gave everything to the company, the family, the group, the generation that delayed gratification for 30 years and discovered that the reward never came, that the belonging they earned through perfect performance was always conditional, that the group only loved the version of them that never failed. This is what amae costs when it curdles. The need to belong becomes the fear of being excluded, and the fear of being excluded becomes a life lived entirely for others, with nothing left for yourself. But here is what makes this story more than a tragedy. Because Japan knows, the country is having this conversation openly now in ways it never has before. Young Japanese people are pushing back, choosing fewer working hours, smaller lives, simpler belonging. There is even a growing movement called ikigai, the search for personal purpose, individual meaning, a reason to get up in the morning that belongs only to you. Japan built a system so good at producing perfection that it forgot to ask who the perfection was for. That question, who am I performing for and is it worth the cost, is not just Japan's question. It is yours too. Every time you stay quiet when you should speak. Every time you perform fine when you're not. Every time you hammer yourself down before the group gets a chance to. Japan is not strange. Japan is just honest about what every society asks of its people, and what it takes in return. The nail that sticks out gets hammered down. But somewhere in Japan tonight, a nail is deciding not to hide.